Good evening, all of you. Let's discuss dividend. Shareholders are the owners of the company, and the final profit it is attributable to the shareholders. What is this final profit? Profit after meeting all the expense, direct expense, indirect expense, interest expense, debenture holders claim, preferential shareholders claim. This they are the owners of the company. So dividing this profit among the number of owners, number of shareholders. Such a division is known as dividend. Because of investing in corporates, the return is dividend. That means share in the profit. One example I will give you. A company have 10 lakh US dollar in their earnings and profit. Here two words are used. One is earnings, another is profit. Earnings means the past profit we have parked for some purpose and object. Those purpose and object has fulfilled. Now surplus still available for distribution. Profit means the current year profit. Adding together 10 lakh dollar ka profit and 1 lakh number of shareholders. 1 lakh owners are there. So my question now, how much how much each owners will get a share of profit? How I will work out that? What formula and mathematical operation, what exercise I will do in mathematics? I will take 10 lakh US dollar profit available and I am going to divide it with number of owners, number of shareholders, 1 lakh shareholders. So each person will get a $10 as share in the profit. This is the mechanism of dividend. When the company have earnings and profit available to for distribution, then only it is taxable. Taxability is determined by this condition, this criteria of earnings and profit. Just go through the diagrammatic explanation of this concept. If the company have earnings and profit, whatever we going to divide, it's a taxable dividend in the hands of shareholders. When the company do not have any earnings, no profit, but they distribute an amount. What is that? For an example, I will tell you, I invested 1,000 shares. Each shares cost $100. So what will be my basis? What will be my investment value? That is known as basis. I have 1 lakh. Sorry. I have I, I have 1 lakh in my basis. So the company pay $10 backs to me. Company doesn't have any earnings and profit. Then why they paying me back? It is they are paying towards my investment return. They are returning back my capital. 10 rupee they had returned. Now my value will be $90. $10 they had given me back. Still I have investment value there. I have basis. Third example, if the company pays you $110, you invested $100 before that example. Then that what happens? Company doesn't have any earnings and profit. So $100 I invested, nothing doing. It's under my capital return, investment return. $10 I have to pay the capital gain tax. Then type of dividend. Two type of dividend we are going to discuss. If dividend received in the form of cash, just go through this diagrammatic example, diagrammatic representation. If dividend received in the form of cash, whatever value of cash received, that should be incorporated in our return. It should be shown as my income. On the other hand, for an example, if I working on Apple company, they not paid me dividend in the form of cash. Rather, what they did, they given me latest edition of Apple Watch. Latest edition of Apple Watch. In that scenario, on the date of receipt, I will check through e-commerce platform. What are the e-commerce platform? Flipkart, Amazon's. And what are the value that is available to me? It is regarded as fair market value. That value will be my income and I will be incorporate that in my return of income. So let's move through the preferential tax rate for qualified dividend. What are the qualified dividend? What are the non-qualified dividend? What is this preferential rate of tax? That now I'm going to discuss one by one. Preferential tax rate is a concessional tax rate. The normal tax rate of US would be some elsewhere 36-37%. Concessional means reduced tax rate for qualified dividend. What is the reduced tax rate? It will be start from 0 to 20%. Maximum tax I have to pay 20%. Normal transaction, another transaction I have to pay 36% maximum slab rate. For which kind of transaction? It is for the qualified dividend. So now I'm more interested to know what is qualified dividend. Dividend paid by the domestic companies, certain listed company, listed by who? Government authority or stock exchange authority. They listing those foreign companies, their dividend will become qualified dividend. But picture abhi bhi baki hai. One more condition is there. One more condition is there. You have to hold the stock for more than 60 days. See the diagrammatic example. Out of this 120 days, there is an error happens. This diagram, the 6 month I have given, actually it is a 60 day. This 120 days, the base date is dividend declaration date, which is known as ex dividend date. Before 60 days, this dividend declaration date, and after 60 days, this dividend declaration date, this period start, holding period start. This 120 days start. Out of these 120 days, you have to hold for more than 60 days. What is this concept of 60 days? 50%, half of the 120 days result will be 60 days. You hold more than 60 days this period, this qualifying period. Then what? You will be eligible. These three conditions now just going to sum up. Dividend declared by the domestic company or eligible foreign company, and this holding period, that is we have to remember. Then I am now moving into the concessional slab rate. It depends upon two criteria. One is the income criteria, second one is the filing status. Single, head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separately. Each segments have different tax rates based on their filing status. 0, 15% and 20% is the maximum. This rate is applicable for 2023. This may be subjected to change in year later. Now we will go into the non-qualified dividend. These dividends we have to pay the higher tax rate. Employee stock ownership. Sweat equity, in other words. Employees work hard. Their sweat. Company earns profit. So what company will do? As a reward to motivate them, to boost them, they will give stocks to the employees lower than the market rate. Lower than the market rate. Thereby they will get an opportunity. They can sell it at market rate. The difference will be their profit. This is disqualified. This is non-qualified because of this reason. Second is the short sale position. We already discussed the holding period criteria. We already discussed this holding period criteria. Short sale, morning, the share price was $10. Evening it was $15. I disposed of. I earned $5. I don't have any patience for holding. I'm so restless person. I sell it off. Such kind of transactions known as short sale positions. Foreign companies only listed by the responsible authority, only eligible for qualified dividend. Other foreign companies are out of the scope. They have their dividend. We have to pay the higher. Then last, ineligible segment, ineligible type of organization, farmers corporation, certain negative kind of things, building loan association, mutual saving, all those kind of things. This cooperative society model things, cooperative society models, mutual banks, mutual investment, all those this kind of things are out of purview. Now we will discuss the final segment, tax-free distribution. Return of capital first. Just the earlier example we just gone through. I invested $100, if company pays $10 back. Anything paying back to my principal capital portion, that is tax-free. Need not pay any taxes for that because company not pay out of their income. They just reduce our basis, just reduce our investment value. Stock split. What is stock split? 100 rupees, the larger denomination share now turns into the smaller denomination share. For an example, I had invested $1,000, sorry, 1,000 number of shares with the $100 value. My basis, my value will be now $1 lakh. What will be my revised basis? What is this case? My investment basis has not changed. There's no changes in my investment. Only changes is the denomination. So I'm going to do an exercise. 1 lakh US dollar divided by 50 per share. So my number of share will be 2000. My number has increased. Reverse also happens. Consolidation of share. Smaller denomination share become larger denomination share. Then stock dividend. Instead of paying cash, instead of paying property, company pays you stock. You hold it. You hold it for certain period. If there is an option to convert that into cash, if that conversion happened, then it will be taxable. If you hold the stock, then it will be tax-free distribution. Life insurance dividend also a tax-free. It's an insurance kind of things and exempted from our purview. So thank you for watching this video. Keep on watching. Learn for CPA together and have a wonderful day ahead.